Hi guys, this is me at 1:10 a.m. and right now I'm currently sending a audio file to a subscriber that I just had a phone call with. A good 20-minute phone call about astral projection, spirituality, all this sweet stuff. So, sorry if it's a little bit rambly. I am tired, but I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Anyway, I'm working on another video that I really hope to get out soon because it means a lot to me and it is really, really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna yeet skeet and deet, so peace. Okay, we're all good now.
Yes.
So you wanna say hi?
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Okay. I think you're my mic. I know.
Yeah, you're
Hello.
you're on speaker. You're on the mic.
Okay. Like, how do you trigger DMT with meditations? And
How-
like, what are techniques? Do
Say-
you know some techniques of triggering DMT?
Of releasing DMT?
Yes, in meditations.
Yeah, so what I used to do to get DMT like effects was I'd take a really hot bath, but that was primarily
Yes.
to calm me down. And after that, I would start to do yoga. So what I would do is I would do very strong breath work. And you don't need to go into the hot bath before this, but it does help me to calm down. And what I'll do is I'll start standing and I'll do the very strong the very strong breath work, and then I'll exhale all my air, and then I'll usually sit down or squat for a while, and I'll hold it for as long as I can. Then I'll stand back up and inhale, and you'll get a very strong head rush. Then what you do is you sit down, you do the breath work again, and you can't see it, but it's gonna be on the video. You inhale
Okay.
and you just fully, like, you lean back. You lean your head back so it's almost like all the blood rushes to your head. And it's gonna be
Okay.
really strong. I have passed out from it, but it's only for like a little bit. And then when you get back up, you'll have very strong visuals or hallucinations or, yeah.
Okay.
But breath work is very, very important.
Like, what do you do in your breath work? Like some pranayams, like inhaling, exhaling. Like what?
Like, what do I do when I do breath work?
Yes.
Oh man. So the thing is, I'm not very familiar with the names of breathwork or anything of that. I
Yes,
usually
yes,
just kind of
yes.
do it myself, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of go like, I guess just all in. I'll just start just trying to inhale and exhale as much air as I can for as long as I can. But
Oh.
that can lead to different symptoms such as your hands clamping up really hard or you feeling lightheaded, of course. But
Mm-hmm.
I go until I feel good. The way I describe it is you just know when you gotta exhale all your air and stop because it'll be a little bit too much. You do that, you hold it, then you start, then you take one big inhale and then you do it all over again. And I guess, have you heard of the Wim Hof method?
Yes, heard it, but I am not like gone into it.
It is, I do something similar to that, but I add my own twist to it. So that is, okay, I guess that's if I want very intense stuff with my eyes open. One of my favorite things right now is to really just draw out the breath almost into like a circle. Like very slowly, you inhale all the way till your maximum, and then you exhale very slowly all the way out, and then you inhale again, and you never rush. You stay at the same pace the whole time. And if you stay conscious when you do that, it's very easy to get into the hypnagogic state, which then from there you can do the astral projection. That's what I did before I did the whole integrating with source too, was just that.
Okay. I want to ask you like that when I have a lucid dream or I'm having like some astral projection experience, I'm not able to learn from it. Like I just have some experiences, but I try to analyze it, but I'm not able to learn from it something that really affects my real life.
Like your dreams, you're not learning from your dreams, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I guess you have to be more aware of where you're struggling in your head, at least where you perceive you're struggling in your head, and where you perceive you're struggling in your life. If
Okay.
that makes sense. It's like if you are overstimulating your head throughout the day by watching tons and tons of YouTube videos or watching tons of movie, if you're just not in the moment for the majority of your day, it's hard to get something out of your dreams because you're not being aware of the things that you want to work on or what are bothering you. You're essentially sugarcoating all your troubles, so it's hard to distinguish what's actually bad.
Okay.
So, what I would
That's
do is
nice.
I would one day, if you can, just turn off your phone and don't be on it for the whole day. Go to bed when you naturally feel tired, and your
Hmm.
dreams, right when you wake up, don't get up. Just kind of lay there and try and recap your dream. Try and remember. And from there,
Okay.
you can do a meditation where you just ask yourself why. Like, why did that happen? And it should feel like you get an answer right away. And just take,
After having a sleep.
yeah, so after you wake up,
Okay.
remember your dream. And then
Hmm.
in the moments that you can remember, ask yourself, why did I dream that? And you should get an answer in the form of whatever your mind wants to show you, whether it feels like you're being talked to or whether you just get an image.
Okay.
And just take it for what it is. It might not be the answer you're expecting, but sometimes it is.
Hmm.
Oh.
What are your experiences after getting into spirituality? Like in real life experiences, like how your life changed after getting into spirituality, like in astral projection stuff or like lucid dreaming stuff.
What am I experiencing? Well, I feel like I completely control my world right now. Like I
Like
say that again.
what's your experiences in real life? How your perspectives change around the world.
Oh, everything. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you can just you just know people because they're you. Once you start to understand spirituality more as not an outside thing but an internal thing, you see that no one is
Hmm.
really different from each other. It's just some people might have some blocks that you've had, some people don't have them. And
Yes.
it's it's very easy to relate with everyone. And you start to understand that everyone's potential is, and you understand why they can't get there or why they are there. Um,
Yes. Nice. Nice.
and then when you talk with people that are there, it's kind of like talking with yourself in the future. So it's really good to get advice from them because, again, it's like talking with yourself from the future. You want to learn how to get there faster.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just
Like
super connection.
I've seen many videos of like some Ryan Cropper. He said in many videos like when he talk to some people, uh, he can like go into them into your brain by
Mm-hmm.
just hearing their voice.
Mm-hmm.
Are it all connected?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a very yeah, I'd say it's
Like
exactly that.
I think there are like some psychic abilities when he's get more open to the world.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That's what I think people spend too much time trying to look for the abilities rather than healing themselves because when you heal, you actually get the abilities. It's weird, but that's really it.
Uh,
If you want to become superhuman, you heal yourself of all your issues, and it's interesting. I had an experience yesterday actually where I don't know if you've seen his stuff where he talks about shadow integration or he talks about how he thinks in vibration, but if you pay attention to when you think, sometimes it feels like there's thoughts going on in the background before you get the like that mental voice in your head.
yes,
So
yes.
it's like when you heal yourself up to a point, you actually like clear up your head. And if you're eating light foods or you're fasting, your body's a lot more empty. So you can literally feel like the vibrations. And if you think a thought and you feel that like background thinking, sometimes you can like totally go into it and feel those vibrations. And those are those like abilities, those experiences you can have day to day if you just take care of yourself mentally.
Mm. Okay. I also had some experience like 1 week before,
Yeah.
in which yes I got I got into sleep paralysis, and but I was aware like I'm in this state. So suddenly I like my I focus my energy or my third eye that between my forehead. Yes.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I got like a sudden rush of energy at my forehead.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like sudden push of and rushing of energy at my forehead,
It's a
and I
very holy
suddenly
spot.
started seeing many visuals and stuff.
Yeah, you were directing energy to the third eye. I'm reading a book called The Autobiography of a Yogi, and in it they talk about that spot between your third eye is a very I mean that spot between your eyebrows is a very holy spot. That's why when people die, their eyes roll up to in between their eyebrows. It's where you connect directly with the astrals. So yeah, I guess you were just focusing energy, probably waking it up for the first time in a little bit, and you were getting that.
And it happened with me like 3 to 4 times.
Really?
I feel it feels very weird like, and it also sometimes like pain at my forehead, like very sudden energy
Yeah.
pushed.
Yeah. If you just start revving it up out of the blue, it's gonna hurt. It'll definitely hurt. It feels like a pressure or like an actual pain. I
Had you experienced something like that?
Yeah, my very first astral projection, the very first thing that started this all, uh, was an astral projection that I had. Or right before I astral projection, I got scared, so I decided to come back. And that spot in between my forehead was actually vibrating so hard that it felt like there was a
Buzzing
vibrator
sound,
like in
like
my head.
tingling sound.
Oh, it was like tingling, but on crack. It was times 10. It was so strong. And then I just started to recreate the feeling for the next 3 days, and I learned to do it on command. And so I would do it all the time. So now it doesn't necessarily hurt. It's just more of like a rush.
Yes.
So I'd say you should keep practicing that. Like try and remember the
Okay.
feeling and keep doing that because it's really good for clairvoyance.
Okay. So what's the best time to astral project? In daytime or night, or like back to wake to back method? Like
There's a lot of things. Okay, so I've actually stopped trying to intentionally astral project completely as of late because astral projection has to do a lot with your mind. And like if I were to put you in a completely dark room, no windows, and just leave you there, if you get
mm-hmm.
random surges of negative energy and fear and all those type of things, I would say you shouldn't astral project because if you go into the astrals and you can't control your emotions, it's going to shift your frequency and you're going to attract beings that are of that fear are of that negative energy. So the best time to astral project is when you are happy and when you are calm.
Okay.
That is what I would say because you don't want to run in.
I always face difficulties in astral projection, like when I direct jump to astral project. But when I like sleep 5 to 6 hours, then I try to astral project and it becomes very easy. Have
Yeah,
you experienced like that?
yeah, yeah. There's a lot. It's like consistent preparation. You have to be not overeating. You have to be sleeping well. You have to be not overstimulated. Sometimes it's perfect to do it right when you wake up before your body completely gets revved up. Because when you wake up, you'll notice that you're very baseline, you're very flat, you don't have momentum anywhere. And then, middle of the day, after you've really used up that morning energy.
Okay. Whenever I astral project, why do I like feel I end up in space which is dark? Like it just gonna I just can't see like proper my room. Sometimes my room also changes when I astral project. It's not like exact like my room.
You might end up in the etheric realm, which is, that's kind of the same place that I was in when I did the integration of source. It was this black, empty void space, but it wasn't 2D. And that's when I manifested the blackboard and all that. It's just where thoughts manifest instantly. So that's actually a really good place to go if you want to work on yourself or work on your blocks. That's actually more than likely where you're ending up.
So
And does it
how can
seem
I control it? Like where should I end up after?
well? That's the thing is if you try and control where you end up, it makes astral projection a whole lot harder because you could get if you're not very very deliberate, you're messing up the process. Because maybe where you want to end up, your body has to astral project you through your heart. But the easiest way to get you out in that moment would be astral projecting through your crown chakra. So I would just more go with the flow because that is kind of just spirituality in itself. You could have your own deliberate destinations, but maybe that destination is 30 days down the road when really if by going by the flow you'll still end up there no matter what, but you still have those 30 days of growth. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
That was a weird metaphor. That one didn't make too much sense.
Yes, it's nice. Had you met your spirit guides? Like
Have I met my spirit guides?
or some experience with spirit guides?
Oh yes. My freshman year of college, so it was like 2018. I
Hmm.
I started to do Merkaba meditations, and I started to notice that there were these entities that were helping me throughout. Like it was this other voice, and at one point I decided I wanted to do the meditation differently than I was being told, and I just thought the voices were in my head. And the next day, they got very upset with me. They got very, very upset that I decided to do it differently. And the next day I felt like completely void of all love and all these things. And so when I started to talk more, it was my spirit guide, but all I got was a name called Thoris and
Yes.
a blue, imagine if a blue, warm light, imagine what that would feel like. That is what this energy felt like. And when I went back home, I think it was in the May of that year. I was doing I was communicating with her. I've gotten like a feminine energy from Thoris, and my girlfriend's at the time spirit guide. I decided to go to sleep doing a lucid dreaming technique where you just kind of move your middle finger, your index finger, and I asked to see her, and yeah, white, brown hair, blue eyes, very pretty face. But an easy way to see a spirit guide, because a spirit guide is essentially just a being who's helping you out. That's
Hmm.
that's kind of what it is. Some people get designated entities, but a lot of times you have a lot of help. But my bad. Back on track. A way to see them is to meditate, like communicate with them as you're falling asleep, and stay conscious. And you'll eventually slip to a point where your vibrations can meet up. Your vibration raises and they can lower theirs a little bit, or you'll just go into the astrals, or they can pull you out, or there's been a lot of stuff.
I also had experience. I also had experience in which astral projection I saw like a being,
Yeah.
but I got like scared. So he just got away from me. I don't know
Interesting.
who's that. Is a spirit guide or some being?
So
I
wait,
just
you got scared and that being went away. Is that what?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. So what you said was that being, you got scared and that being went away?
I got scared and like I shouted at him,
Uh-huh.
that being, and he got like
Oh,
got
you
away
shout.
from me.
Okay. That makes more sense. Oh, I thought you just got scared and it went away, but shouting, yeah. Interesting.
I'm not very open to this like spirit guides or no, because I've never seen my spirit guide.
I
I'm
guess
like
you should.
trying to see them.
be more comfortable with just talking with them. That'll make you
Okay.
more open to, because it sounds like you need to establish trust. You need to establish trust in their words. You need to establish trust in their advice, their energy, their messages, and then from there, it's easier to see them.
Okay.
Think about it like I guess just like this call right now. First, you have to establish trust in me as a YouTuber, and then you wanted to actually meet me.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, is that all?
Yes, it's all.
All right, I really appreciate the talk.
Okay, thank you. I thank you for all this.
No, I appreciate you.
You answered all my questions that I am trouble with astral projection.
If you ever wanna talk again, just text me and we'll figure out a time.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.